Welcome to the Inner Shift Collective, a space where science meets soul and your transformation begins from within. I'm your host, Nat Lamb, and today we are deep diving into a truth that is mind-bending, empowering, and deeply relevant if you're neurodivergent like me. So let me ask you something. What if your brain is not the source behind your mind? What if your thoughts, your awareness and your consciousness isn't trapped inside your skull, but actually instead it exists outside of it? What if the brain is just a receiver, just like radio, tuning into the frequency of you? And yes, I know that you think this sounds crazy, but believe me, you need to stick with me on this. For a very long time, science believed that consciousness was produced by the brain. Your thoughts, your feelings and awareness were no more than electrical signals and chemical reactions. But researchers such as Karl, neuroscientist, and physicist David Bohm started to challenge this. They proposed that the brain was holographic, not creating consciousness, but interpreting it from a field of information outside the body. So think of it like this. A TV does not create the show, it just receives a signal. But if the screen gets damaged, the show might look a bit distorted, but the signal is still there. Are you with me? So if you apply this concept to the brain, maybe the mind isn't broken, lazy, chaotic. Rather, it's tuned into a different frequency. Let's talk a little bit about quantum physics, one of my favourite subjects. At the quantum level, tiny subatomic particles don't behave like predictable matter. Instead, they exist in a state of potentiality. They are everywhere, but nowhere, all at once, just waiting for someone to observe them. This is known as the observer effect. When you observe a particle, you collapse it of all possibilities, creating only one reality. And I bet you're thinking, what's that got to do with me? It means that where you place your attention is where your energy is. Your focus selects what becomes real. If you're constantly focusing on your past trauma and limitations, then just like the particles, that is what you're collapsing into your reality, because you're focusing on it. It'll just repeat itself again and again and again. Instead, if you start placing your attention on who you're becoming, a clearer, calmer, more aware version of you. Now for the neuroscience bit. Your brain is plastic, meaning it changes and adapts with use. This is known as neuroplasticity, and it is the very foundation of mindset work. When you repeat a thought or a behavior, your brain strengthens the connections, and as the saying goes, neurons that fire together wire together. This is particularly important to neurodivergent brains, especially ADHD and autism. We are often told that we can't focus, we can't regulate, or we can't slow down. But that's not strictly true. We can change it, but we have to work with the brain rather than against it. And it all starts with awareness. When I was diagnosed with ADHD, I actually felt like I'd been robbed of my life, because I was always told I was too much, to this, to that, to the other. But once I'd really tapped into the power of awareness, oh my God, my life has changed for the better. I stopped trying to force myself into neurotypical boxes, and I started to focus on what I wanted to create. Neuroscience and quantum physics meet when you meditate, when you practice mindfulness, when you become the observer of your own thoughts. You're not just calming your nervous system, you are literally rewiring the brain and collapsing new quantum potentials. I know it's mind-bending, but it is real. You're tuning in your internal frequency to match the version of you that already exists within the field. This is what Dr. Joe Dispenza is talking about when he says, where you place your attention is where you place your energy, and where you place your energy is what grows. So if you've been told that your brain doesn't work right, I want you to hear this. Your brain isn't broken, it is just different. And different might mean that you are more connected to unseen layers of reality. Faster pattern recognition and non-linear time perception. Could it be that the overwhelm is actually over-awareness? Could it be that your distraction is really a sensitivity to multiple potentials all at once? So let's wrap it up with something practical. Wherever you are, just pause. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now ask yourself, where am I placing my attention right now? Notice your thoughts, not to judge them, but to observe them. Bring your attention to your heart. Feel the space that your body takes up, and then feel the space around your body. Become aware of awareness. The here, the now. Make sure you are here, you are present right now, within this second, not in your thoughts, but merely watching them pass you by. In this moment, you've just come out of survival mode and become the observer. If this episode opened something up for you, then please like and share, subscribe, comment, and just bring more awareness to the channel so it can find people that are like-minded, just like me and you. Remember, you are not just your brain, you are not just your past, you are consciousness in motion, and the more you become aware, the more you collapse your highest self into reality. Thanks for tuning in to the Inner Shift Collective. Until next time.